We're going to take a look at and compare two different 32-inch LED light bars. Now these are generic, no-name, knockoff Chinese imitation light bars. The ones you find all over eBay for what seems like a really good deal. They're both 180 watts. One of them is curved, the other straight. Both supposed to have Cree LEDs, but I guess we'll never know if they really do. Betcha there's a light bar in this box. No name brands to be found anywhere, but look at that, made in China. Must be good. Alright, there they are out of the box. There's the straight, there's the curved. Already I'm not impressed by the straight light bar. Notice those 5 screws that hold the end cap on, where your mount goes. Huh. I guess this end only needs 2 screws, both of which are stripped out. That's nice. This bar has 6 flood LEDs on each side. The curved bar has 8 flood LEDs on each side. Another big difference I see right from the get-go, the curved bar has much smaller reflectors. Not sure which is better. I guess we'll find out when we plug it in. The curved bar actually looks to be a better quality. Cord comes out the side. This one we got a notch in the top. And look at that. It even comes with all of its screws. This light bar also, most of these screws around the lens were all loose. I had to tighten all those. I should also mention that both of these light bars are from 2 different sellers on eBay. So the differences I pointed out between the size of the lenses and the style of the end caps, where the wires come out, that's not the difference between a straight and a curved light bar. That's just the difference between this no-name China company and this no-name China company. Since it's 20 degrees outside and snowing right now, I wanted to plug them both in, make sure they at least work before I go out in the cold and see how bright they really are. They both work. They both seem pretty bright. One thing worth mentioning, the straight light bar, brand A China light bar, makes no noise whatsoever when it's on. Brand B, the curved China light bar, has got a buzzing sound and kind of a high-pitched ringing sound, kind of like the ringing you get in your ears. Not sure if it's supposed to do that or if it's about to self-destruct and explode. Not really sure. I guess we'll find out. The headlights on this truck are about as yellow and dim as it gets, so for a fair comparison I'll also be comparing it to these 2 Hella spotlights. Alright, there is the high beams and 32-inch Hella spotlights. And that is the 32-inch straight light bar. See, it's got a pretty focused spot for a generic light. Alright, high beams and Hella spotlights. And that is the curved light bar. You can see the spot is not quite as focused on the curved bar. Not bad, as long as it doesn't explode. No beams, straight 32-inch light bar. straight light bar. Low beams, 32-inch curved light bar. High beams and Pella spotlights, 32-inch curved light bar. Alright, we're checking the amperage draw on the 32-inch curved light bar. The top number is our battery voltage. As you can hear, the engine's running, so the charging system's working. Putting out 14.32 volts. The bottom number is the amperage. And because of this snap-on low amps probe, it's going to read in millivolts. Every 100 millivolts equals an amp. So you see we're at about 11 amps right now at 14.3 volts. 12 amps at 14.34 volts would be about 172 watts. So it's pretty close to the 180 watts advertised. Alright, this is the 32-inch straight light bar. And it's only showing about just a little under 9 amps, which at 14.4 volts is about 129 watts, somewhere around there. So that's actually quite a bit lower than the advertised 180 watts. Sorry the camera's shaking. It's about 20 degrees outside, as I mentioned before. And there is the 32-inch straight LED light bar with the engine shut off. You can see the battery voltage is down to about 12.2, and the amperage has gone up to a little over 10 amps, which is somewhere around 120 watts. Still quite a bit below the 180 advertised. And there is the 32-inch curved light bar, engine off. Battery voltage has dropped down to about 12.1. It's drawing about 13.5 amps. Interesting. Look at this waveform. This is the LED light bar that puts out the high-pitched ringing sound and the hum sound. Not a nice flat. There's a lot of noise in that signal. Definitely something to that high-pitched ringing noise coming out of this light bar.